been wanting to play around with dual camera techniques. Now granted, my single camera technique is so bad that I really don't have any right to be playing around with dual camera techniques, but I went on eBay and I spent 19 bucks to buy this Malaysian knockoff of an action cam. I guess that means it's even cheaper than Chinese. I don't really know. So we'll do a couple of dual camera techniques and see just exactly what we can get out of this thing. So this thing actually gives a relatively nice picture. I didn't really buy it for the nice picture, but it does do a nice job. What we're going to do here is we're going to follow essentially the instructions you can find all over YouTube on how to remove the infrared filter from this camera and turn this thing into an infrared sensitive camera. So we'll pry the faceplate off here first. Alright, let's get this lens out here. It's glued in. You just unscrew it. All you gotta do is get it to loosen up a little bit and you can take it right out. As a tip, don't take the glue off because this is part of the focusing mechanism, and when you put it back in, you just put it in until the glue hits the threads and you're back in focus. It's a handy way to get back where you need to be. Come on, come on. Now when you take that out, right there, that little sucker right there is the infrared filter. That's what we're going to take off here. Okay, so we got it off. Now we need to replace it with something else. If you try to put it back in the camera like that, it'll be all wonky, won't be able to see anything. So what we need to do is cover it back up. And what I'm going to use a little piece of film. I'm old enough that I actually have pieces of film that I can cut to put over that in place of the infrared sensor. And this is essentially as a light blocker. So we'll just cut, cut, cut. Turns out I'm not really that good at this, but I did manage to get it to work. I bent it a little bit, which is why the pictures actually don't look that good. Just got to hold it down here and then give a little bit of glue. I don't know how many of you ever heard of Duco cement before, but I wanted a plastic glue that was not going to run all over underneath the piece of film. And Duco was it. So we'll glue it back up. We'll put it back in the camera body. Come on. We'll screw it back up till it stops. That should be pretty close to our focus point. And we'll put it back together and see what we got. Easy peasy. It's a 10-minute job. Well, an 11-minute job. You can see what the infrared does to things like flowers. I mean, it completely removes the color. It's really kind of fascinating to look at, frankly. Let's try going outside. Look how cold that pool is. That's why it's all dark like that. You can't see through it either, which is kind of fun. That's the actual color. I desaturated it in the rest of these shots. I think that's probably an artifact of the film that I put over the sensor. Well, we're back in the back now, looking around. You can tell with the water I'm making potash of, that's warm because it's shining brightly, but I would expect the hot plate to be brighter than it is, and for some reason it isn't. Let's go back to the bathroom and see if we can get some ideas of what else we might do here. So anyway, that's my first venture into the use of infrared photography. That's my camera mount up there. So you can catch the whole bird's eye view, your first glimpse of the mysterious better half. I think we'll wrap up this particular episode. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Tell your friends if you want, or don't if you don't want. I'll be back later with further adventures, including the bathroom and other. Have a great day.